What's up, guys? It's another beautiful overcast day in California, which is weird because we don't pay for overcast. You know, we pay for sun. So we're on a new project over here. We came in yesterday and graded it out, which I totally started a vlog for, but my GoPro got scratched. Forgot the SD card for this camera, so it just didn't work out. But as you can see, we did a lot of grading yesterday. Let's cut to a clip of that right now. We got Brandon back here, Bobcat running the excavator. As you can see, we got a pretty sweet view here up on the hill. Brandon running around moving some dirt. So pretty much our goal here is we're just trying to grade this lot out. From about down there, you can see where they chipped all the stucco away. So they want to put in a handicap accessible ramp all the way up to the front door back there. So we're gonna knock out all this big chunk of dirt. We got a ton of crap in here. We got power lines, sewer clean out right there. So it's a little slow pickings right here until we kind of get out in the open over here. We can kind of open everything up a little bit. Now I had Brandon with me yesterday. He came in and helped me grade all this out. He was running the skid steer while I was on the excavator. And you know, it was really nice to have two people, but we're so busy right now, we're so swamped that guides are spread thin. So today it is just me. Now that the lot's all graded out, we're gonna be putting in a block wall all along about 4 foot off the house. And then next to that block wall, there's gonna be a handicap accessible walkway up here. And then down the slope of the other side, there's going to be a set of stairs all the way down to the street. So right now we're gonna dig the footing, but we'll wait till the excavator warms up a little bit. We're gonna dig the footing, but as you can see, the digging in here is a little sketchy because there's all kinds of shit buried. It's like a minefield. This is all the shit we had to dig around yesterday. Pretty much none of which was marked. I mean, you can see Dig Alert came in and marked a few things. You can see in the middle of my footing, we have a drain clean out. There's a drain going all the way along here, as well as random drains coming across from the roof. Over here you can see a couple drains, sewer running right next to the footing. These drains pop into the footing, gas line right there. So it's gonna be a fun one. And being short-handed, so normally I like to have the skid steer right next to the footing, being that we graded all this out, so we can, you know, dump loads of dirt from the excavator into the skid steer, take it over into the lot over here that we're spreading it at, and just get rid of it. That way I'm not dumping it on the side of the footing, then we got to come back later and clean it up. It's just a lot cleaner that way. But being that it's just me, we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Dump it outside the footing, come back in with the skid steer later, grab it, and then re-grade out the edge of the footing. So literally first scoop, we find another clean out right here. So you can see a guy running around on this. He hired me to come in and do all this. So we're gonna open up this clean out, see which way it goes. It kind of looks like we got sewer running directly down the center of our entire footing. Hopefully not, but we're gonna find out.
So this would be probably the main sewer. Huh?
Are you sure they went under the garage?
Yeah, I thought they did. Maybe not.
Just come right down the side and
In my house.
shoot over. That way.
Gravel.
So here's where we're at. Like we were afraid of, the sewer line runs not quite center of our footing, but pretty close to center of our footing. It's not deep enough, obviously, so it's going to be in the way. So kind of our only option now is we get to we can flip the footing, being that it's a property line freestanding CMU wall. You can either build it on the horizontal or you build it footing wise, or you can flip the footing and go vertical with it. Now the weird thing is, and something that I don't typically do, is this footing is drawn up in the plans to just follow the slope of the grade, which normally if we're doing a footing into some type of bank or a hill, we step the footing. So as you can see, the footing's gonna slope up, and then on the backside it's got an insanely steep slope down. I don't like following the slope, I like to put steps in the footing, but that's what the plans call for. So since we're now changing our footing dimension, we need to switch to the 1 foot bucket, because now our footing's gonna be a lot skinnier but a lot deeper. So I'm just tracking over right now to the lot next door. We're gonna switch it out. So the crazy thing about this lot is the guy that actually owns this lot was one of the original Apollo 8 astronauts. In fact, he's the one that took the Earth rising picture, which you guys might know. With digging these footings, I normally have at least one shovel guy in the hole. He's running the shovel, he's running the laser, and he's keeping the footings, you know, nice and tidy and clean. So it's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the dick with that one today. But luckily, like I said, there's no steps in this footing, so you're just following the grade. The guy that hired me, he's like a close family friend of these guys, and showed up this morning. He's like, "Oh, I'll jump in and shovel with you." There's an old saying, you know, $50 an hour for me to do it, $70 an hour for you to watch me do it, and $100 an hour if you want to help me do it. So we'll see how today goes. Look at it, I mean, it's got a fucking tag on it and there's gravel around it.
Yeah, that's it.
So I don't know. So of course it's always the days that you're shorthanded where you're gonna run into the most issues. But dug up another line here. Here's the original one we've been worried about. This one's right next to it, which I thought, well, maybe it's a piece of trash. The end was just taped up with plastic, but it's got a tag above it. It's got gravel below it. So it was put in like it was put in intentionally. The plumber's here, he says just fucking go for it, so I guess we're just gonna go for it, but I'd hate to rip out a ton of sewer line. I mean, shit, I thought grading around all this stuff was bad yesterday. All the shit sticking out of the ground, but hey, nothing compared to digging around today. I mean, we've got not even 10 feet, and we got 1 clean out, 2 clean out, 1 sewer line, 2 sewer line, drain pipes along the side. Another day in paradise. But check out the view over here. Just ocean views all the way around. Crazy thing is, even as you come back to this side, that's all ocean out there, so you can imagine what they see from the upper deck in this place. Now these are the days that I normally just get to jump on a piece of equipment, kind of zen out, you know, they're my favorite days. Throw my headphones on, throw on some good music, and just go to town, you know. 8 hours straight. I don't tend to jump off the equipment too much, you know, grab a couple drinks, shovel a little bit if you have to, but when you run into jobs like this where it's just every fucking time you try and take a bite of dirt, it's just you run into something, it really makes for a long day and really takes the fun out of it. Well guys, after a lot of back and forth, we've switched plans about 3 different times now. We're gonna go deeper. Then we talked about it, and the reason they want to keep the footing a foot lower than where it should be is they want to leave room for a planter on top. Well, with being that there's so much plumbing in this area, the cost to move the plumbing just didn't make sense. So instead we're going to eliminate that planter. So now we get to raise everything back up, and now the footing gets to be 1 foot by 2'8". So essentially now we're cruising, and that's what I love about construction though. It's different every day. As much as you think you have something planned, you always got to think on the fly. You always got to be willing to make changes and just be able to roll with the punches, because they come fast and they come hard. So as you guys can see here, we're back on track to finally, this is probably one of the least productive excavating days I've had in a long time. I mean, I'll post a little video right here. We've done huge excavations that just go flawlessly, and I love it. And it's always these little ones that are the most trickiest, and where you run into 400 pipes, electrical conduit, ground rods, all that stuff. But so you gotta love it. Just when we thought we were cresting the peak of the hill, which is where we were then going to transition to being another foot lower, which would enable the planter to be for the rest of the duration of the wall, I run into an entirely new pipe in here, but it's all an old cast iron pipe that runs about 8 inches off one of the edges of the footing, and it's about 3 to 4 inches below my footing, which I need to be another 12 below that to get the planter in. So it's one thing after another on this job. But it looks like we're not going to be getting this planter in for the next 20 or so feet of footing. So it's only one thing to do, and that's keep digging. Well guys, this is as far as we got today. Can't say I'm proud of the progress, but considering all the shit we had to deal with this morning, going back and forth with the plumbers, it is what it is. So I mean, I'm kind of glad we got as far as we did, but definitely should have had this done today. But hey, that's the way things go. So as you can see, we got our step right here. We're gonna be able to get that 1 foot planter in from here on out. Just ripped out that old cast iron that was in there, and that's pretty much that. As you can see, we got tons of dirt that we dug out. I cannot stand leaving a job site like this, so I'm gonna jump in the Bobcat, at least get it looking good for tonight. That way the homeowner's happy, everybody's happy. I don't like to leave stuff dirty. And then we'll roll out of here. Did a quick little grade job. I'm gonna come in and fine grade it tomorrow once I'm done digging the rest of the footing. I noticed the homeowner out on a balcony, she was looking over, so I think she appreciated the little extra effort just to make it look good. I got a meeting in the morning tomorrow, so I'm not gonna be here for a while. So I want it to look good for, you know, the duration that I'm not here. Check out the crazy marine layer coming in right now. It's pretty crazy. You can't beat the view up here on these hills. So that's pretty much gonna wrap up this day. You can see here, this is the hill that we gotta come down tomorrow. And you can see the little yellow flags right there. That's where they claim the gas line is. They haven't been right about anything so far, so we're gonna find out. So, you know, the thing that comes down to owning your own business, you know, most guys, 3:30, 4:30, whatever time quitting time is rolls around, they're in the truck and they're done. And when you own your own business, you know, your name is on whatever work you've done. So if you're content walking away, leaving the job site looking like shit, well, the only person they're gonna blame is you. And that negatively reflects you. And I don't know about you, but anything that my name is on, I wanna make sure is perfect, it's 100%, and it's golden. Which is one of the reasons I don't typically like working with other people, is that if my name's on it, I wanna be in complete control. That way, you know, there's certain things I have to sub out. And it's funny, because like I said, right now, you know, I stayed a couple extra hours just to make sure everything's clean and tidy and the homeowner's happy. But I called my framer yesterday, and, you know, to schedule a meeting for tomorrow, and I call him at 6 o'clock, right? I'm just barely getting home. 6 o'clock, and he was kind of taken aback. He's like, well, and he's a great guy, by the way, great framer. And he's like, well, I asked him a question about, you know, hey, what's your schedule like tomorrow? Can we meet? And he's like, well, I mean, it is past business hours and you're calling. I don't have my planner with me or whatever. And I was taken aback that he was taken aback, because, you know, the way I know how you run a business is you are never off the clock. If you own it and you run it, you're 24/7. You're on call. You just need to be able to work around the clock. So that was funny to me. It kind of took me back, but I mean, that's just the way it is. And, you know, the WORKFORIT brand that I started, it's not just something that's made up. It's something I've always believed in, and it's something that I do and continue to do on a daily basis. You know, I like nice trucks. I like to be able to enjoy myself in life. And, you know, I can't go out and ask somebody to give me a free truck or ask somebody to give me free truck parts. So I know if those are the kinds of things I want, then I just gotta, you know, put my boots on and get out there and hustle and grind and work for it. So, it truly is a lifestyle. It's a brand I wholeheartedly believe in, and everybody that's bought stuff so far is awesome. And all the messages I've gotten, it's just not only does it continue to motivate me to keep going with the brand, but it continues to motivate me to keep up the hard work. I'm telling you guys, just like the amount of messages I've been getting from everybody are insane. I love to hear that I've been in any kind of way I can help out or inspire. If it's just one person, these vlogs are worth it. The brand is worth it. It's just awesome. So if you guys are new to my channel, please click the subscribe button. If you are already subscribed, once again, thank you guys. I know the work videos may not be as exciting as the truck videos, but this is my life. This is how I'm able to afford trucks, truck parts. Yeah, I mean, this is who I am. I'm blue collar. I work hard. There's just nothing, nothing too glamorous. You know, there's a lot of guys out there that fake like they're rich. They hide what they do for a living, and all they post is the positive, especially on Instagram. There's a lot of guys that will really fake wealth on Instagram, and there's just no point. I like to show people that through hard work, wealth comes. So with that, guys, I'm going to sign off for the day. It's hot. I'm sweaty. Thanks, guys, for watching. You guys are the best.